The rain poured heavily on the small, creaky wooden door of the tiny apartment where Amina lived. She was barely 19, with worn-out shoes and eyes that held the weight of 1,000 struggles. Life hadn't been kind to her, but she carried a quiet hope within her heart. Working multiple jobs and caring for her younger sister, Amina barely had time to think of a better future. Tonight was no different, except the storm had trapped her in a dilemma she could never have imagined. As she prepared a humble dinner, a knock came at the door, echoing through the thin walls. Peeking through the peephole, she saw a drenched man holding the hand of a small boy, no older than 5. Their clothes were soaked and their faces tired but polite. Something about them stirred a deep compassion in Amina's heart. "Please," the man said softly when she opened the door. "We're stranded and the rain is too heavy to continue. Could you let us stay for just one night? We won't be any trouble." Amina hesitated. She was barely making ends meet, and a stranger plus a child meant more mouths to feed. But her heart wouldn't let her turn them away. "Come in," she whispered, stepping aside. That night, as the storm raged outside, Amina listened to their stories by the dim glow of a single candle. The man introduced himself as Rafiq, a humble traveler trying to rebuild his life after hardship. The boy, Samir, clung to him, shy but curious. Little did Amina know, Rafiq was no ordinary man. Beneath the rain-soaked clothes and weary smile was the CEO of one of the largest companies in the country, a man who had fled his own luxury to find meaning beyond wealth. Throughout the night, their conversations unfolded layers of humanity, shared dreams, unspoken pains, and the fragile threads of hope. Amina saw in Rafiq and Samir a reflection of her own desires. Safety, love, and a chance at something better. But as dawn broke, fate prepared to reveal the secret that would change all their lives forever. The morning sun crept through the cracked window, casting a warm light on the small room where Amina, Rafiq, and Samir sat together. What had started as a one-night shelter became a moment of transformation. Over breakfast, a knock startled them. 2 sharply dressed men stood at the door, holding official papers. "Mr. Rafiq?" one asked. "Your company has been trying to reach you. There's an urgent matter you must attend." Amina watched as Rafiq's calm demeanor shifted into something deeper, a burden, a responsibility he had tried to escape but could no longer avoid. As he stood to leave, he looked at Amina and Samir. "Thank you for your kindness," he said. Then, with a surprising smile, he made a decision that would change her world. "I want to help you," Rafiq said, pulling out a business card. "Meet me tomorrow. I have a proposition for you, a chance to step out of this life." Amina's heart pounded. The stranger, who had appeared as a simple traveler, was the powerful CEO of the city's most influential company, and he was offering her hope, not charity but an opportunity. The story of that stormy night spread quickly. Friends and neighbors whispered about the mysterious man and the girl who had opened her home. But beyond the gossip was a message. Kindness and courage could break barriers, rewrite destinies. Over the coming weeks, Amina's life transformed. With Rafiq's guidance, she enrolled in courses, found a stable job, and rebuilt her confidence. The boy, Samir, became like a brother to her sister, filling the home with laughter and light. Their bond became a testament to what happens when strangers meet with open hearts. A poor young girl, a CEO, and a child connected by fate and kindness. The morning after their unexpected encounter, Amina could hardly believe how much her life was beginning to change. The business card from Rafiq, the man she had sheltered, the man she now knew was a powerful CEO, felt heavy in her palm like a promise and a question all at once. Doubt gnawed at her. Could someone like her, a girl who had never finished school and struggled every day just to put food on the table, really step into a world so far from her own? But there was a spark in Rafiq's eyes when he offered her the chance, a spark that said he believed in her, even if she did not yet believe in herself. The next day, she showed up at the towering glass building that held the headquarters of Rafiq's company, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope. She was met not just by Rafiq, but by a team of professionals who immediately began to outline a plan to support her growth. a training program, mentorship, and even financial aid to finish her education. As days turned into weeks, Amina's confidence blossomed alongside new skills and friendships she never imagined possible. Yet with new opportunity came new challenges. Some colleagues eyed her skeptically, whispering about her humble background and the unusual way she had come into the company's fold. Amina faced moments of loneliness and self-doubt, but remembered the kindness that had sparked this new chapter. Meanwhile, Rafiq balanced the pressures of his CEO role with his growing responsibility toward Amina and Samir, navigating board meetings, financial crises, and media scrutiny that threatened to expose his unconventional choice. The boy, Samir, blossomed too, finding joy in school and forming bonds with other children, while Amina's younger sister began to see a future beyond their cramped apartment. One evening, as Amina prepared dinner for the three of them, Rafiq shared a secret he'd kept hidden. The reason he had left his lavish life behind was to find something money couldn't buy: purpose, connection, and true happiness. He confessed that meeting Amina and her family had given him that hope. Together, they realized their lives were intertwined not just by chance, but by fate, a fate they were determined to shape with courage, compassion, and perseverance. Just when things seemed to be settling, an unexpected crisis shook the company to its core. A rival business launched a hostile takeover attempt, threatening Rafiq's empire and the stability he had promised to Amina. This storm forced them all to band together, testing their loyalty and strength. Amina found herself stepping up, not just as a beneficiary of kindness, but as a fierce advocate, using her newfound voice to rally support. The journey wasn't easy. Tears were shed, fears confronted, and sacrifices made. But through it all, one truth shone brighter: when people open their hearts, miracles happen. And this poor young girl, who once feared the world beyond her tiny apartment, was now standing tall, ready to face whatever came next, knowing she was not alone. The days following the hostile takeover attempt were the hardest that Amina, Rafiq, and Samir had ever faced. The boardroom battles raged on, lawyers argued fiercely, and the media spun stories that threatened to turn the public against Rafiq. But through it all, Amina discovered a strength she never knew she had. No longer just the poor girl who had opened her door to strangers, she became a symbol of resilience and hope, a living testament to how kindness and trust can change lives. With Rafiq's unwavering support, she organized community outreach programs, using her own story to inspire others struggling in poverty and doubt. She spoke at schools, charity events, and company meetings, reminding everyone that behind every success was a moment of compassion and a choice to believe in someone's potential. Meanwhile, Rafiq found a renewed purpose, not only as a CEO but as a mentor and friend. His connection with Amina and her family rekindled his faith in humanity and shifted his vision of success, no longer measured solely in profits but in impact and legacy. The once struggling little apartment transformed into a home filled with laughter, hope, and plans for the future. Samir's joyful giggles echoed through the rooms as he learned new things every day, his bond with Amina's sister growing stronger. Together, they became a family not defined by blood, but by love and loyalty. As the company weathered the storm and emerged victorious, Rafiq invited Amina to join the leadership team, not as a token gesture, but because she had earned it through grit, heart, and vision. The day she accepted her new role, tears of joy streamed down her face, not just for herself, but for everyone who had ever doubted their worth. The story of that one stormy night, when a poor young girl let a strange man and his son stay for just one night, had blossomed into a legacy of hope, change, and the extraordinary power of kindness. And if you believe that one act of compassion can rewrite a destiny, that every person deserves a second chance, then please subscribe to our channel. Join us for more stories that touch your heart, inspire your soul, and remind you that even in the darkest times, light is never far away. Because here, every story is a chance to believe, to dream, and to change the world, one kindness at a time. Life had changed forever for Amina, Rafiq and Samir, but their journey was only just beginning. With the storm behind them and a new future unfolding, Amina stepped into her role at the company with determination and humility. Every challenge she faced became a lesson, every small victory, a step toward breaking the cycle of poverty that had once held her captive. Yet it wasn't just about personal success. It was about building a bridge for others like her. Inspired by her own transformation, Amina worked tirelessly to create programs within the company that focused on empowering disadvantaged youth and women, opening doors that she once thought forever closed. Rafiq watched with pride as she blossomed into a leader who carried both strength and kindness in her heart. Their bond, forged in the crucible of hardship and trust, had grown into a partnership built on mutual respect and shared dreams. Meanwhile, Samir's laughter filled the office hallways, a daily reminder that hope could live in even the smallest moments. Together, they organized community events, mentoring sessions, and scholarship initiatives, each act a ripple that spread far beyond the walls of the company. But the greatest gift of all was the family they had become. Amina's sister, once a quiet shadow in their cramped apartment, now dreamed of college and a bright future. Rafiq, once a man weighed down by the pressures of wealth and expectation, had found freedom in giving back. And Amina, the poor young girl who had opened her door one stormy night, had become a beacon of possibility, proof that kindness is never wasted, and that every person, no matter where they start, can change their destiny. If you've been moved by this story, remember, sometimes all it takes is one open heart, one helping hand, and one night to change everything. Please subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales that remind us all of the power of hope, courage, and kindness. Together, let's spread light in the world, one story at a time.